of Season 9. And we are going to have the Liberty and the Gauchos start things off here at Motor Yard. Gauchos currently running away with the Heroic Conference, sitting with the best record in the league at 10-1, and could be the first team to punch their playoff ticket with a win here today. On the other side, the Liberty in that mess of teams at or just below the cutoff line in the Heroic. And Matty Musgrove singles into center field, so 1 on, 1 out. Theo Thunder comes up to the plate. June won the count. Swing and a miss there. And swing and a miss there. A strikeout. 2 down now for Hamish Rifleman. You've got Hattie May on the mound. And that's a nice catch by Banger, and that will send us to the bottom of the first. Biscuit, Tailwind, and Jay Watt due up. Dribbler down first. Herschel will take himself for out number 1. Trent Pretton on the year so far, 9 1/3 innings of work, 7 earned runs, a 6.75 ERA. Decent strikeout to walk ratio, 7 strikeouts to just 1 walk surrendered. As Tailwind fouls out for out number 2. Now bring up Jay Watt. 3-0 count to Watt. Curveball finds his own 3-1. That makes it a full count. Tough out activates on Watt. Swing and a miss. Pratton gets the strikeout, and we're to the top of the second. Spicy Bark, Samuel J. Laxon, and Ace Underhand. It's a battle of the strengths here today as the Liberty come into the game. One of the better offenses, batting average-wise, hitting the .328 on the year. And striking out at just 20%, but Bark gets rung up there, averaging 6.2 runs per game. But then on the other hand, Gauchos near the top of the league in pitching at 2.1 ERA. That's second best in the league, just behind the Unicorns. But do tote the best whip in the league at .867. Less than a base runner per inning. And May is 2 down here in the top of the second. Gauchos also tops in the league in strikeouts per 9 as May rings up another, her 3rd K of the game. Sending us to the bottom of the second. We'll see Banger, Hex, and Colon due up. As for the Liberty pitching staff, it's been a bit of a rough year for them. 20th in ERA at just a shade over 5. And whip at 1.28, that is 12th in the league. As well as their strikeout per 9 rate at 9.4. Home runs have been their Achilles heel. They've given up 16 home runs as a pitching staff. And that looks to be 3rd worst, just behind the Lumberjacks and the Moonshots. But Thunder makes the catch there, 2 away. Here's Dolanier Colon. As for the Gauchos offense, it's been pretty strong this year. 8th best in batting average, hitting .269. And 4th in home runs hit. They have 15 on the year. But that's going to be another 1, 2, 3 inning, and we're to the top of the third already here. Alan Herschel, Livy Nolan, and Trailer Crane will be due up. Jaime already locked in. 3 Ks through 2 innings. Only giving up a hit so far. 0-2 to Herschel. Fouling off a couple, staying alive here for Herschel. A swing and a miss. Down he goes, one away, brings up Livy Nolan. One and 2 the count. Up the middle, and Jay Watt can stop it, but the throw is not coming in time. And so Nolan aboard. And that resets the lineup back to the top of the order. Trailer Crane to the plate. 1 on, 1 out now. And 2 the count. And Crane puts a charge in this one deep into center field. Back it goes at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. It was tracked pretty well by the center fielder, and Nolan only able to take second. Not a lot of speed on Nolan, and she was probably trying to read if the center fielder was actually going to come down with that. I believe it's Colin in center field, or... No, Neon Dion, I believe, is in center field. So 2 on and only 1 out now for Maddie Musgroves. And Musgroves is going to put one down into right center. Nolan's going to round third, head for home, and the Liberty take a 1-0 lead. Maddie Musgroves with the RBI single puts runners at the corners now for Theo Thunder. Liberty getting to Hattie May here early. And Thunder grounds one to Watt, Watt to Billups, and then Billups lasers one to Lasers for the Dragons special. A huge double play, keeps it at only 1 run. And we'll go to the bottom of the third, bottom of the order, due up for the Gauchos, 7, 8, 9 here. Patton's locked in, a strikeout recorded here through 2 innings. 1 and 2 the count to Ernie Steele. Fouls that one off. And Steele will start off the bottom of the third, putting that one just into center field. That knocks Pratton's mojo down. That's the first base runner of the game for the Gauchos. And then that one's into the gap, returning the favor. Runners headed for third. Rifleman just now uplit, throwing it in. Runners go to head home, and we've got ourselves a tie game instantaneously here in the bottom of the third. All it takes is a couple of hits for this Gauchos team. Dion pops this one up into left. It'll be caught by Crane for out number 1. Back to the top of the order here is Miranda Biscuit. And Biscuit will draw a walk, putting 2 aboard now. And here's the designated hitter, Samir Tailwind. Popped up left field. And Crane will make the catch for out number 2. So 2 on, 2 out, and here is Jay Watt. Fouled off, 1-1 the count. Tough how it activates for Watt here on a 2-2 count. Fouls it off. Count runs full, runners will go. And ball 4, another walk, the bases will be loaded. And Brutus Banger will come to the plate. Banger on the year, 14 for 35, 9 RBIs on the season. He's hitting 400. As a 2-2 count here. Another full count, nowhere to put Banger. Runners go, that's up the middle. 1 run will score, another one rounding third, and it's 3-1 Gauchos. A 2-run RBI single for Brutus Banger, and the Gauchos take their first lead of the game here in the bottom of the third. Bratton, after retiring the first 6 batters he faced, run into a lot of trouble here in the bottom of the third, now all the way down to 10ths. And a strikeout there ends the inning. But the Gauchos plate 3 and take a 3-1 lead going into the top of the 4th. We'll see 4, 5, 6 due up for the Liberty here. Into left, Biscuit is there. She makes the catch for round number 1. One and 2 now to Spicy Bark. And Bark, oh, Athena Hex takes that away from Bark. Round number 2, here comes Samuel J. Laxon now. That's popped up foul territory. Banger is there. And that's caught for round number 3, a 1-2-3 inning for Hattie Mae and the Gauchos. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th, still 3-1. We'll see 6, 7, and 8 due up in the order. Two and 2 the count to Colin. And that's a strikeout to start things off here in the bottom of the 4th. Colin retired 1 away, and here is Ernie Steele. He got things started in that 3rd inning with that base hit. He was the first runner to reach today for the Gauchos. But he grounds this one to Herschel, and Herschel will take it himself for round number 2. And Billups was the one to hit Steele home. Put one in the left center gap. 2-1 the count. Oh! Thunder tries to suck love it. Only able to knock it down. A 2-out single for Billups brings up Neon Dion. Two count here to Dion. And strike 3 called. Dion is retired. And we'll head to the top of the 5th. Underhand Herschel and Nolan due up for the Liberty. Hattie May back to locked in. But the pitch count a bit elevated, 66 here. With a 1-1 count. That's up the middle, a diving stop by Billups. The throw, not in time for out number 1. Got him by about a step. Good play there at short by Billups. Oh, and Jay Watt makes the catch there. Middle infielders here for the Gauchos flashing their leather here in the top of the 5th, making some good plays, keeping the Liberty off the base pass. Here's Livy Nolan now. Fouls that one off, 1-1. And right to Jay Watt this time. No extra maneuvers, and that's in time for out number 3. Into the bottom of the 5th we go. And it's the top of the order due up for the Gauchos. Popped up. Pratton will come off the mound to make the catch. And this one's popped up into left. Trailer Crane calls for it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And swing and a miss. Jay Watt down on strikes. Top of the 6th we go. Top of the order due up for Liberty. Still trailing here 3-1. Trailer Crane for the 3rd time today. As that contact versus lefties active. And popped up right back to the mound. Hattie May will make the catch for out number 1. Hattie grows behind 0-2. Rounds 1-2 Billups. Throw is in time for out number 2. And here is Theo Thunder. And that one's going to get down into center field. So Thunder, bit of a bloop into shallow center field. For the 2-out base hit, brings up Hamish Rifleman. Rifleman ahead 3-1. And Rifleman will draw the walk. So 2 on and 2 out now for the Liberty. And here's RBI man Spicy Bart to the plate. Chance for the Liberty here to cut into the deficit. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Bark. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Fouled back, 1-2 the count. And that one's going to be down into the gap. That's going to roll to the wall. Runners rounding 3rd. Rifleman headed to 3rd. And he's going to round 3rd, head to home. And we got ourselves a tie game at 3 apiece. Spicy Bark ties us up with a 2-run RBI double. It's 3-3. And that will do it for Hattie May. In comes Jebediah Octagon. Grounded to short. Billups uplit. The throw in time for out number 3. But the Liberty tie things up at 3 apiece going into the bottom of the 6th. Brutus Banger, Athena Hex, and Dolanier Colin due up. Bratton start off the bottom of the 6th on the mound. And gets a grounder to Herschel from Banger in time for out number 1. Ojo up for Pratton. He'll be locked in here facing Athena Hex, who's 0 for 2 today. Athena Hex, 11 for 36 this year. 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. More RBIs than strikeouts so far. .306 batting average. This one's grounded. A tough dive. Thunder not having the greatest day defensively at short. And Hex will be aboard for the first time today. And the mojo back down for Pratton. And that will do it for Pratton. In comes Fernando Shields in relief. Athena Hex is stealing, and she's in there. And the go-ahead run now in scoring position. She's going for third. And say it with me, everyone. Stealing third is pointless. And that's popped up, and it looks like it's going to stay in play. And Spicy Bark will make the catch for out number 3. And we'll head now to the top of the 7, still tied up at 3 apiece. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Liberty. Grounded right to Billups. She's been busy at short today. That's in time for out number 1. Let's see what Octagon has done. No earned through 9 2/3 this year. That one's ripped just by Billups. And into left field, so a one-out base runner now for Livy Nolan. 11 strikeouts for Octagon and only 2 free passes, only 2 hits given up this year. A .415 whip. So he's been excellent out of the pen for the Gauchos this year. Grounded to Banger. This will be 2 to Billups for 1. Back to Banger for the Dragon special. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Ernie steals Sophia Billups and Neon Dion. We've already seen this part of the order turn in a run once. See what Steele can do for the 3rd time around. He falls behind 0-2 to Shields. And Shields rings him up there. And here's Sophia Billups, one of the big influences for this Gauchos offense so far today, but grounds 1-2 Nolan. That's easy out number 2. And here's a tense Neon Dion, and they will pull him in favor of Dirty Bird, getting a slightly better bat in there. Just the 2nd plate appearance this season for Bird. He draws a 3-0 count, and ball 4, a 4-pitch walk given up by Shields. Turns the lineup around, brings us back to the top of the order. Miranda Biscuit 0 for 2 today with a walk. Biscuit 12 for 39 this year, a 308 average. Looking to extend the bottom of the 7th here. Runner going. That's fouled off. 1-2 the count now. Swing and a miss. Biscuit rung up and will go to the top of the 8, tied at 3. And the top of the order due up for the Liberty. Dirty Bird takes over at 2nd, and J. Watt goes to center field, and that one is gonna be a base hit for Crane. He's aboard. Leadoff runner now for Matty Musgroves. He's 2 for 3 today, 2 singles and an RBI. The pressure all the way up here for Octagon. First pitch swinging by Musgroves. He fouls it off. Two and 1 the count. Runner is going, but it's fouled off. 2-2. In the dirt, full count. And that's going to be a walk, so the go-ahead run for the Liberty now in scoring position, and Theo Thunder will come to the plate. And Octagon starting to struggle with his command a bit. That one's fouled off by Thunder, a 2-1 count. Inside 3-1. And that one's ripped, and it's just foul. That one's right to Billups. Almost turned into double play, but it's just 1 out. Oh, man, a lot of stuff happened there. Just missing the foul line, and that one's up the middle. That one's going to roll to Watt, and Watt will throw it in to keep the bases loaded. Not enough speed on the runner to try and go home. And it's Spicy Bark once again with RBI man active. He tied the game up. Can he give the Liberty the lead? Hit the 2-run RBI double to tie us here at 3. And now with the bases loaded, a 1-2 count. Takes that pitch 2-2. Fouls it off. In the dirt. That one gets away. Oh, but everyone stays put. It's a full count. Nowhere to put Bark. The pressure's been up and remains up as Bark fouling off pitches to stay alive. 32nd pitch here from Octagon. It's ball 4. He walks in a run, and the Liberty take the lead. And that will do it for Octagon. In comes Ashley Weber. Bases still loaded. Only 1 out here for Samuel J. Laxon. 0-2 the count to Laxon. And strike 3 called. A big strikeout there. And here comes underhand 0 for 3 on the day. Grounded to Dirty Bird. Flips it to Banger in time for out number 3. They leave them loaded, but the Liberty do get the go-ahead run, taking a 4-3 lead here going into the bottom of the 8th. 2-3-4 due up for the Gauchos. Oh, 0-2 to Tailwind. He's fouling off pitches with Shields. Goodness. Shields locked in, though. That's grounded to Nolan. And Shields gets the better of Tailwind. But does eat up probably about 10 pitches there off of Shields. Jay Watt ahead in the count, 2-0. Rips one over the head, and that's going to get into right field all the way to the corner. Jay Watt will have himself a 1-out double. Just over the head of Herschel at first. Timed the jump pretty well, but just over his head. And here comes Banger. He put the Gauchos ahead and could tie things up here. 2-run RBI single his last time up. And has Jay Watt in scoring position. 3-0. And that will be ball 4. And so now 2 on and only 1 out. And here's Athena Hex. Plenty of speed on the base pass for the Gauchos. Hex 1 for 3 today. That one, oh, it's fair. A tough dive. He flips it in time. Oh, Herschel knocking that one down, not letting it get by him. They get the out at first, but both now in scoring position for the Gauchos. And Donier Colin 0 for 3 at the plate. Right to Nolan. Nolan to Herschel in time for out number 3, and we go to the top of the 9th. Liberty defense coming up huge in that inning. Herschel knocking Hex's ball down and getting it to Shields, who covered in time. Was a huge second out. And then the ground out to end the inning. We go to the top of the 9th now. Liberty holding on to a 4-3 lead, and that one's put down into left for a leadoff base hit. In the chaos of the last half inning, we had Ashley Weber come in. She replaced Octagon. She has 11 2/3 innings under her belt this year. 3 earned runs for a 2.3 ERA. Swing and a miss, and got him stealing. Hit and run was on, but no hit was made. And a full count now to Nolan. And Nolan will draw a walk. So runner at first replaced. Top of the order once again, Crane having a nice day, 2 for 4. And he puts one up the middle. That'll be a base hit, the third hit of the day for Crane. And that brings up Musgroves, who's also having a nice day. He's 2 for 3. 2 singles and a walk with an RBI as well. Nolan's sitting at second. Not a lot of speed on her, though. But that doesn't matter as Musgroves puts one into the gap. That should roll all the way to the wall and clear the bases. 2 more RBIs for Matty Musgroves, and Liberty take a 6-3 lead. And that one's crushing a center. Back it goes. That one is gone. Theo Thunder with the home run. It's 8-3 Liberty. The Liberty offense coming together here in the last couple of innings to take a commanding lead over the Gauchos here in the top of the 9th. And Spicy Bark will ground out to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. And Gauchos now need 5 after a 4-run top of the 9th. And it's 7, 8, and 9 due up in the order for the Gauchos. And that one hits the line and is fair. Ernie Steele will be aboard. He's digging for 2. And will get there without a play. So Steele in scoring position now for Sofapio Billups. Two and 1 count here to Billups. Fouled off 2-2. One hop to Nolan in time at first for out number 1. Steele takes third. And I'll bring up Dirty Bird, his second plate appearance. He drew a walk this first time. Grounded to third. Laxon will throw home. And they'll end up tagging Steele. And Bark will make the tag for out number 2. And Mario Wrestles will come in, trying to atone for his sins last week. He blew the game against the Lumberjacks, trying to get the last out here against the Gauchos. And grounded to Laxon in time at first, and the Liberty pull off a huge one. 8-3 over the Gauchos. 13 hits for the Liberty, showing that they truly are one of the better batting average teams in the league, doing it against the best whip team in the league. Top of the order coming up huge today. Crane 3 for 5, Musgroves 3 for 4, and Thunder 2 for 5. 7 hits for the Gauchos, a pair of hits from Steele and Billups, really the bottom of the order doing a lot of the heavy work. Banger also getting involved. He had 2 RBIs. Win goes to Shields. He goes 3 1/3, no earned. Pratton doing 3 earned through 5 1/3. Loss gets pegged to Octagon, giving up 1 in 1 2/3. And Weber giving up 4 in an inning and 2/3 as well. Nothing but Liberty on the MVP screen. Musgroves, Thunder, and Spicy Bark get your honors in this one. And that will do it for an exciting game number 1. Liberty right back in the thick of things in the heroic wild card race. Game number 2, Cyclones at Mythic, will be coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the SSBL on Twitch. Sorry for the delay. Game 2 coming at you. Cyclones and the Mythic. Moreover, a battle for pride. I'll make a note here. You see Matthew Eric as the starting pitcher. I realize that we have had a bit of an error in the Mythic team file over the past couple of weeks. Eric is supposed to have been the starting pitcher. So apologies there, but we've got him here starting against the Cyclones. That's going to be a leadoff walk. And that one's going to be through, so 2 aboard to start the game for the Cyclones. And it's going to be a battle of pulling teeth, I believe, in this one. As the Cyclones, the worst offense in the league across the board. A sub-200 batting average, last in home runs hit, worst in strikeout rate, and averaging only 1.4 runs per game. But on the other side, the Mythic aren't much better. Only 3 points ahead of the Cyclones in batting average, but do somehow hold a top 10 placement in home runs hit, but are towards the bottom in a strikeout rate and a run above the Cyclones in offense. So it's the stoppable force against the movable object here. 2 on, 2 out now for Kazuto Yoshida. Two and 2 the count. Up the middle to Rosas. He throws it to first in time for out number 3. So Cyclones leave the pair stranded. Will go to the bottom of the first. Landor Lakes on the mound for the Cyclones. Oh no. And Doug Kelly got hurt, sprained his foot. Don't know what that might entail injury-wise. That is a week. We'll count to Biddles. Rosas into left center, or right center, and that one is gone. Rosas hits his 5th home run of the season and puts the Mythic on top here early. Good old Biddles Rosas. That's a walk, so Landor Lakes' inning isn't starting off all that great. On the season, 9 earned for Landor Lakes in just 10 1/3 innings. A 7.83 ERA. It does hold a nice strikeout to walk ratio, 11-4. Whip at 1.35. Here is Harry Von Crum. This one doesn't hold a whole lot of water in the Epic Conference, as the Mythic have already been eliminated from playoff contention, it appears. But actually, That's pulling in the wrong cell. So I don't think actually that anyone has been eliminated yet. That the math is not correct there. So we'll head to the top of the second. That one's going to be put down into center field. So a one-out single for the Cyclones. So the Sparrows and the Mythic both have an elimination number of 2. The Sparrows already losing earlier this week, so the Mythic here can only get that down to 1 with a loss. But get the Dragon special to send us to the bottom of the second. Cyclones currently sitting at a tragic number of 3. At 3-8 on the year. But their wins are the Stingers, the Serpents, and was it the Angels that they also beat? Cyclones. Oh, it was the Ball Players. It was the Ball Players. So Ball Players, Serpents, and Stingers. 2 of their 3 wins are against the top 2 seeds in the Epic Conference. Go figure. Anyway, Saul Buckley with 2 on and nobody out. And that one's going to be through. Bases are not going to be loaded as that will score a run. And it's 2-0. Why does that say 5? 2. Thank you. Lucian Miles to the plate. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Full count. Swing and a miss. Lakes gets the strikeout for out number 1. Here comes Smash Tot. Swing and a miss, 1-2 the count. Popped up, and that's going to stay in play. Mannequin making the catch there for out number 2. Head back to the top of the order, Celine Colombo. Out of 2 rows, and the throw in time for out number 3. Side is retired. The Mythic get another 2-0 as we head to the top of the third. 9-1-2. It's time to see if Chungus Among Us can break through. And he gets rung up there. Not yet, Chungus. Soon. Hugh George III will draw the walk. Coming in for Doug Kelly, who left with an injury. And that one's going to be through. The hit and run works out. And so now the Cyclones have 2 aboard and only 1 out. Popped up, and no one can get to it, and a run will score. A pop-up in the infield falls and scores a run. So 2-1 now, and Yoshida comes to the plate. One and two the count to Yoshida. That one stays foul. Oh, it was diving play by Smash Tot to send us to the bottom of the third. Cyclones cut into the deficit. It's 2-1 now, going to the bottom of the third. And here comes Biddles Rosas. Three and one. Swing and a miss, full count. And he will ground this one to George for out number one. Yeah, that's a strikeout. 2 away now, and here is Harry Do Something Von Crum. And a swing and a miss by Von Crum. Mythic held scoreless for the first time so far tonight. We head to the top of the fourth. Mannequin, O'Brien, and Jabron Lames due up. Grounder to Buckley. In time, one away. And another one. Buckley makes the catch there. And the strikeout there of Lames sends us to the bottom of the fourth, still 2-1. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Mythic. Due to the Olden Moss. Grounded to third. Rose up with it. Throw is in time for number one. Benny comes to the plate. Fouls it off. Full count. And that's into right. And a sliding catch by O'Brien there. Round number 2. Nice play by Mitchell there. Saw Buckley, 3-1. And Buckley will draw the walk. That will do it for Landor Lakes. In comes Noria Rue. And he gets the strikeout there. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Still a 2-1 ball game. Chungus Among Us to lead things off. Matthew Eric locked in. 4 innings of work, just 4 hits and 2 walks. Among Us actually put some good contact on that one, but lined it to Buckley for out number 1. George III will draw his 2nd walk of the game. Brings up Tyrese Rose. Two and two the count here to Rose. Swing and a miss. Comes Vern Knight Jr. And puts one up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Runner's headed for third. Colombo from center field. Gunned him by a mile. What are you doing? Bottom 5th now. Smash Tot leads us off. Right to Yoshida. In time, one away. And Colombo gets rung up there, 2 down. And up comes Biddles Rosas. Rosas draws the 2-out walk to bring up Jesse Merritt now. And strike 3, and we'll head to the top of the 6th. Still 2-1, 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Cyclones. It's going to be a leadoff walk to Timber Woods. 4th walk issued tonight by Eric. No longer locked in. Yoshida for the 3rd time. Yoshida 10 for 35 this year, 286 average. And he's got a 3-1 count. puts this one into left, but Lucien Miles is there for the catch. Anakin into right center, back it goes, and Colombo makes the catch at the wall for out number 2. Two and 1 to O'Brien. Rips one foul, 2-2. And strike 3 called. O'Brien gets rung up there. Bottom of the 6. Harry Von Crum, Odin Moss.
The designated hitter, number 89.
Noryaru, 13 earned runs through 9 2/3 this year, a 12.11 ERA. 11 walks to 7 strikeouts. That one is ripped but foul. And Von Crum will draw the leadoff walk. Moss gets rung up there, so brings up Kylie McBinney now with 1 on and 1 out. One gets by Mannequin. Runner now in scoring position. Probably not scoring position with that amount of speed, but we'll certainly see. Humongous' arm keeps him at third, so runners at corners for the Mythic, and Saul Buckley to the plate. Already cashed in 1 today. Oh, it's going to be a sacrifice bunt, and it works out to perfection, and the Mythic push the lead 3-1. That worked to perfection. Buckley put that in a perfect spot. And Rose will end the inning, but the Mythic push it to a 2-run lead. As we go to the top of the 7th, 8-9-1 due up for the Cyclones. Full count to Jabron Lames. This will be the last batter Eric faces. And he'll get the pop-up behind home plate. McBinney for out number 1. Matthew Eric will get pulled in favor of Bart Sims. Grounded to short. Rosas in time for out number 2. Ripped, and that's going to be under the glove of Merritt at third. Lames is aboard with his first hit of the game. Had walked his 2 previous times. Brings up Tyrese Rose. And Rose up the middle. Cyclones trying to work a 2-out rally here in the top of the 7th. And Vern Knight Jr. will get pulled in favor of Daydream Fever. Full count here. And that will be a walk, and the bases will be loaded. And up come the plate comes Timber Woods. Up the middle, Saul Buckley cuts it off to first in time. For out number 3, the Cyclones leave them loaded. Bottom of the 7th we go, still 3-1. 9-1-2 due up for the Mythic. Full count here to Smash Tot. Swing and a miss. Only Team Noriyaru can stunt on. Colombo will draw the walk. Bring up Biddles Rosas once again. And that will do it for Aru. In comes Donald McDonaldson. Runner going high fly ball. Hit by Rosas to the deeper part of the park. That dies on the warning track for out number 2. Runner's going, and runner is gone. Top of the 8th we go. Yoshida, Mannequin, and O'Brien do a combined 1 for 9 tonight. And that's by the glove of Rosas into the gap, into the wall. And Yoshida will have himself a leadoff double. That's up the middle, and that's past the diving glove of Buckley. Runner's going to go home, and Colombo doesn't have the arm to throw home, and it's a 3-2 game. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Tying run on base and a 3-0 count here to O'Brien. O'Brien will draw the walk. That will do it for Bart Sims. In comes Paprika Stocks. Here it's 2 runners on and nobody out here. And what is now a 1-run game for the Mythic. And Stocks can't find the zone. 3-0 to Lames. Finds it there, 3-1. Ripped up the middle. Runner's going to head to third, but stay put. As speed equals arm there on that showdown. And the bases are loaded for Chungus Among Us. Oh, Jerome Diligence. That's a shame. Three and 1 to Diligence, and Stocks rocks in the tying run. So a 3-3 ball game. Base is still loaded and nobody out. And Hugh George III has yet to be retired today, but he's going to bunt this one. And the Cyclones take the lead. Interesting choice there, to say the least. Stocks had actually come off the mound. It had made a decent way to that one. But then McBinney came out from behind the plate, and it didn't matter after that. So Cyclones lead for the first time. Rose is going to pop this one. Oh, no! Smash tot! Instead of 2 outs, the bases are loaded once again. Daydream Fever for the second time. And that one gets away. But runner thought about it, but retreated back to third. Two and two the count to Fever. And Fever down the line. That will score 1. Another one rounding third, headed for home. That will score 2, and it's 6-3 Cyclones.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 7.
And that one is into right center. Timberwoods at the wall. It's off the wall. Another run will score 7-3.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 35.
They will intentionally walk Yoshida to get the force out at every base. Paprika Stocks is rattled. Probably will get replaced here. Brings up Kevin Manikin. Nope, she'll stay in the game. She has no accuracy right now. Gets a pop-up into left. We'll see if the runner will tag. Miles makes the catch. He doesn't have much of an arm. And the runner will score without a play. And we have dueling scoreboards now. Both games 8-3, and oh, Buckley! Suck glove ends the inning. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. 7 runs for the Cyclones in the top of the inning. Diligence in left, Jabron Lames in center. Popped up. Lames makes the catch there.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 89.
And Donaldson gets the strikeout there. Von Crum not doing much of anything today. 2 away, here comes Odin Moss. Grounded right to Yoshida, 1-2-3 inning for Donaldson. And we'll head to the top of the 9th.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 19.
Cyclones have only scored 19 runs so far this season and put up 8 here in one game. Why is Stock still in this game? I'll be caught by Miles. Brings up Diligence.
Number 10.
Full count. And Diligence gets rung up there. That's probably Stocks' last batter.
Number 12.
Nope, no. And that is the most ridiculous home run I have seen in my career in the SSBL. That had no business going out. Absolutely none whatsoever.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 3, now pitching.
Oh, that's why Paprika Stocks was still in the game. We're on the scoreboard. And we'll head to the bottom of the ninth. Mythic needs 6. It's 6, 7, and 8 due up.
Now batting, the catcher, number 24. Off the plate.
And that's a tough dive by George, and the runner will reach.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 5.
That one's hit well into right, but not well enough. O'Brien makes a catch at the warning track for out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 58. Nope, that's high. Nope, that's inside.
Slow dribbler in front of the mound. McDonaldson comes off, gets to first in time. And Smash Tot, the last hope for the Mythic. Into left, and that will do it. The Cyclones come back from behind with a 7-run top of the 8th. And win this one 9-3, 13 hits for them. Every starter but Kelly and, of course, Among Us getting... Well, even Kelly got a board for Among Us. Even in the one feast for the Cyclones, he can't come up with anything. Win goes to Donaldson. He gives up nothing through 2 2/3, just a hit. Loss goes to Sims on the Mythic side, 3 earned. And then Paprika Stocks got rocked for 4 more. MVP is Hugh George III, Biddles, Rosas, and then Matthew Eric. And that will do it for an interesting game number 2. Game number 3, though, huge implications for the Heroic as the Retrievers trying to hold the lead in their division. The Vikings trying to take control of theirs with the Lumberjacks' loss last night. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this one. Vikings and the Retrievers coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the SSBL on Twitch. And here we go, final game of the evening. The Viking and the Retrievers. A big, big, big game for the heroic playoff picture. As we're fighting for divisional battles, we're fighting for playoff seeding. It's so many implications off this game. The Overdrafts win last night, forced the Retrievers to win here, unless they be tied. Then the Lumberjacks lost last night to those same Overdrafts, gives the Vikings the chance to take the lead in the division, while we wait on the express decision as they take on the Dragons in the game of the week. Couple quick outs here. You got Ssbl S9 on the mound for the Retrievers. Joey Chestnut for the Vikings. 3-0 count to Ron Kennings Jr., and he will draw the walk. For Ssbl on the year, 3 earned through 13 innings of work, but that one's put into the gap. Ron Kennings Jr. is fast. He's headed for third. Blanco Jr. just now up with it, and that will score a run. Liam Freishak with a 2-out RBI double, and the Vikings take the early 1-0 lead. Freishak in scoring position now for Amir Williams. He falls behind 1 and 2. Came in active on Belnades. Slow roller to third. McSorley uplit. The throw in time for out number 3. But the Vikings come across with a run here in the top of the first. Bottom half we go. We'll see the top of the order from the Retrievers. Joey Chestnut on the mound. Grounded right to Reed. Route number 1. Chestnut on the year, 9 earned through 14 and a third, a 5.65 ERA, but holds a nice 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, 15-5, has a whip of 1.25. Couple quick outs now for Chestnut. Let's see if he's a little bit better at closing off the inning than his counterpart Belnades was. 1 and 2 the count to Maggie Slowitz. Fouls this one off. Swing and a miss. Chestnut gets the strikeout, and we go to the top of the second. Po' Boy, Judd French, and Happy Gilmore due up. Grounded to McSorley. In time for out number 1. And I actually did remember to put Judd French in the starting lineup. Don't think I ever finished off Belnade's stat line. She's pitched 13 innings, given up 3 earned runs, a 2.08 ERA, and a sub-1 whip, with 11 strikeouts on the year and just 2 walks. And a quick 2 outs for her once again here in the top of the second. Gilmore to the plate. And Gilmore will get a base hit. And that brings up Kazuo Miyuki, longtime catcher and number 9 hitter for the Vikings. Has had his fair share of heroics over the seasons. But grounds out 1-2. McHenry steps on the bag. And we'll head to the bottom of the second. We'll see Buns, Nunez, and Blanco Jr. due up. Retrievers have been on a pretty strong streak. Won 6 out of their last 7. Their lone loss 2-8 against the Express. And that one's going to get through. Runner aboard for the Retrievers for the first time today.
Now back, the designated hitter, number 47.
But a pretty strong season overall for the Retrievers so far, but that will be a Dragon special. 3-4-3 or 3-6-3. 2 down here for Dale Blanco Jr. now. As for the Vikings, they have been streaky. Start off the season with a win over the Wrongfielders, lost 2 in a row. Then went on a 3-game winning streak, lost 2. And then have split wins and losses over the last 3 weeks.
The second baseman, number 9.
We'll head to the top of the third, still 1-0 in favor of the Vikings. Spencer Reed for the second time. 1-2 the count. Came in active on Bellnades. And gets the strikeout, swing and a miss. Her second K of the game. Brings up Evangeline short stacks. And short stacks puts one up the middle. She'll be aboard. As for the Vikings, it's pretty much been the status quo for them over the last few seasons. An middle to lower average offensive team, just 16th in batting, averaging .242. But towards the top of the league in home runs, hitting 15 on the year, that's 4th.
The third baseman, number 6.
And a strikeout rate that is 10th worst in the league at 27%. As a team, they're averaging 4 runs a game. That is 13th in the league. And strikeout for Freishak. Bellnades gets revenge the second time around. We'll go to the bottom of the third. We'll see the bottom of the order due up for the Retrievers.
Second baseman, number
Retrievers as an offense, not probably what you would expect. 18th in the league. Or no, I'm sorry, 11th in the league in batting average, .256 on the year. 12th in the league in home runs with just 11. And actually, 6th worst in strikeout rate at 29%. And averaging just a little bit above the Vikings offensively at 4.5 runs per game. Two and two the count to Barbara Dickerson. Oh, a diving catch there by Freishak. Nice play there, one away. And Chestnut moves to locked in with that play. Facing off against Trace McSorley. McSorley fouls that one off, 2-1 the count. Takes strike 2. Rounded up the middle, Reed covers. Throw is in time for out number 2. And Honey Bear to the plate. Go into the count. Swing and a miss. And Chestnut has faced the minimum through the first 3. As we'll go to the top of the 4th, 5, 6, 7 due up for the Vikings. Popped up into right. That will be caught by Slowitz for round number 1.
Inside.
3-1 now to Po Boy. And he will draw a walk. Vikings have been able to get to Bellnades in a way other teams haven't so far this year. Drawn a couple of walks off her. Runner going, hit and run was on, and Judd French puts this one into left. For some reason, I thought that was the third walk that she had given up, but just the second. So 2 aboard now for Happy Gilmore. A chance for the Vikings to pad the lead. K-Man, though, activates for Bell Nades on an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout there for Sifa. 2 away now, and Kazuya Miyuki to the plate. He fouls off the first pitch he sees. Puts one into center field. Back it goes. Doesn't have enough at the wall. Blanco makes the catch. A loud final out there. Miyuki missed the 3-run shot by about 2 or 3 feet, but it remains a 1-0 game as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Top of the order due up here for the Retrievers. 2-1 here to McHenry. As he fouls that one back. Puts this one into left, tracking back, and Po' Boy makes the catch with a step on the warning track for out number 1. Brings up Sammy Ferrari. Hitting 14 for 36 on the year, a 389 average. But Spencer Reed with a diving stop. Throw is in time for out number 2. Vikings defense backing up Chestnut quite nicely in this one so far. Up comes Maggie Slowitz with 2 away. And pops this one up into shallow left field. And Po' Boy makes the catch, round number 3, a 1-2-3 inning for Chestnut. And we'll head to the top of the 5th. Top of the order due up for the Vikings here. As we go for the 3rd time through the order here for Sifa. One into the count to Reed. Full count. Composed and K-Man activated for Bell Nades. And strike 3 called at the top of the zone. He's up short stack. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Evangeline just hitting a $175 this season. Hasn't been great for her so far. Don't know if she was an everyday starter just yet last year, but so far this year she has been. Again, composed and K-Man activated. Down the third base line, McSorley makes the diving stop. The throw in time for out number 2. Nice play there by McSorley at third. 2 down now. Here's Ron Kennings Jr. The walk he drew led to the lone run being scored so far in this one. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. And we'll head to the bottom of the 5th, still 1-0. And it's 4, 5, 6 due up for the Retrievers. Barry Buns leading things off. He's gotten the lone hit so far today off of Chestnut. He falls behind 0-2. Tough out activates for Buns. And strike 3 called. Buns retired, 1 away. One into the count to Nunez. Fouled off. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Chestnut here. Brings up Blanco Jr. And that one's caught by Williams for out number 3. And we'll head to the top of the 6th. 4, 5, and 6 due up in the order for the Vikings. Liam Freishak's RBI doubled the lone bit of scoring so far in this one. Bell Nades locked in here to start the top of the 6th. 3-1 the count to Freishack. Seen composed a lot for Bellnades, and we've seen composed with K-Man a lot for Bellnades. Rounder to McHenry. He'll take it himself for out number 1. Brings up Amir Williams. 0 for 2 on the day and 8 for 36 on the year. A 222 average. And he puts this one up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Amir Williams. And mojo down for Bellnades. Down to neutral. Up comes Po Boy, who's been a big addition to this offense so far this year. 15 for 36, a 417 average for Po Boy. But grounded to McHenry. McHenry for Ferrari. And back to McHenry, the Dragon special. 3-6-3, and we'll head back to the bottom of the 6th. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Retrievers. A slow roller to Williams. He gets it to first in time for out number 1. Got her by a step there. That brings up McSorley. On into the count. Chestnut with 5 strikeouts so far through 5 1/3, and gets strikeout number 6. And here is Honey Bear. Bear just 8 for 27 this year. Not a whole lot of plate appearances for Bear. I think Bear is usually one that gets nabbed at the end of games for something like French tater. But is hitting 296 on the year. 2-2 the count to Bear. And strike 3 called, not a doubt about it. And we're going to the top of the 7th. Vikings still holding on to that 1-0 lead. And it's 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Vikings. Nice dive by Dickerson to get the out there. Defense showing up big for both teams in this one so far. Another one, easier play here for Dickerson. Doesn't have to get dirty there. 2 outs now, and Miyuki to the plate. And that will do it for Bellnades. Her day is done. In comes Grogu. Just 4 innings of work so far this year, but 5 earned runs. 11.25 ERA and a 2.5 whip. That one is caught by Dickerson. Dickerson involving herself in every out this inning. Bottom of the 7th, 1, 2, and 3 due up. 0 for 6 so far today. And Chestnut starts off the inning on fire. One, 2 count here to McHenry. Hopped up. And Reed will catch up to it for out number 1. Oh, and 2 now to Ferrari. Into left. Oh boy, makes the catch there for round number 2. That brings up Maggie Slowitz. One into the count. Fouled off. Slowitz doing her best trying to stay alive here. Beating up a handful of pitches here off of Chestnut. Doesn't chase the high one. 2 and 2. And that one is caught by Williams for out number 3. And we'll head to the top of the 8th. Top of the order up for the Vikings here. Still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Spencer Reed Tents 0 for 3. Staying in the game here. As Buddy O'Steele was sent back down, so I don't think they have anyone to replace him defensively. Game man activates on Grogu. Grounds one to McHenry. He'll take it himself for round number 1. See if that tenseness is something to watch out for defensively. Short stacks comes up to plate 1 for 3 today. Rounded to Dickerson in time for round number 2. He's up Ron Kennings Jr. Oh, and 2 the count to Kennings. And right to Dickerson. She's been busy these last couple innings, and that's out number 3. If we go to the bottom of the 8th, 4, 5, 6 due up for the Retrievers.
The left fielder, number 25.
The lone hit of the day by this man here. Falls behind 0-2. Tough out activates for Buns. Oh, dangerous take there, low. Checks his swing there, 2-2. And strike 3 call! Strikeout number 8 on the day for Chestnut. Slow roller to short. Williams up with it. The throw in time for out number 2. Here's Dale Blanco Jr. Two and two the count to Blanco. Full count. And that will draw a walk. First base runner we've had since the 2nd inning for the Retrievers. Chestnut no longer has faced the minimum, but he still has a remarkable game going. Still on fire, but pitch count over 100 now. The tying run on base. 1-2 the count to Dickerson. Oh, just misses his zone there. 2-2. Slow roller, short stacks with a diving stop and takes it to first herself for out number 3. A huge play by short stacks there to send us to the top of the 9th.
The third baseman, number 16.
4, 5, 6 due up for the Vikings. Seeing if they can muster up any kind of insurance. That one is caught by McHenry for out number 1.
The shortstop, number 21.
1-2 to Amir Williams. Oh my word, strikes out swinging on a pitch literally in the next batter's box. Route number 2, a horrible swing and a miss there. Brings up Po' Boy now with 2 outs. And right to McSorley for out number 3, and we head to the bottom of the 9th. 1 to tie, 2 to win, and it's 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Retrievers. Chestnut rightfully gets pulled for Tammy John. See if she can close this one here. To Freishak on the hop. In time, 1 away. And there is the pull. Honey Bear for French Tater. Rounded to first. Short Stacks will take it herself for round number 2. And the last chance for the Retrievers here tonight. Harold McHenry 0 for 3 so far today. Bounce off the first pitch. And takes strike 2, down to the last strike. Pops it up left side. This should do it. Amir Williams calls for it. He makes the catch for round number 3, and the Vikings pull off the 1-0 victory over the Retrievers. Pull off their script to perfection. Win the most Vikings game possible. Winning 1-0 here. And holding the Retrievers to just 1 hit. And only 5 hits for themselves. But none more important than the Liam Freishack RBI double with 2 outs in the top of the first. That is literally the only thing that scored here tonight. Chestnut with the win. He was fantastic. Only a hit and a walk allowed through 8 innings. Tammy John gets the save with a perfect inning of relief. Loss goes to Belnade. She gives up 1 through 6 2/3, strikes out 6. And then Grogu goes the rest of the way 2 1/3, giving up absolutely nothing. Chestnut and Belnades get your MVP honors, and Goo gets gets 3rd place billing in the loss. Well, that certainly shakes things up in the heroic picture. Vikings now take over for now. First place in the Legends, and the Icons is tied at 7-5 between the Retrievers and the Overdrafts. And the Liberty now just 1 game back at 6-6 with the upset over the Gauchos. That will do it for a jam-packed day number 3. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Chicken Sandwich, and I'll see you next time, everyone. Have a good night.